the Reklaws. Thank you so much for coming on Talk of the Town. How are you guys doing today?
We're great.
So
Thanks for
good.
having us.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Well, congratulations on all the new music. I have to say, it's so fun. You guys have had such a busy summer, and this is all very summery music. I love to just,
Yeah.
the whole time I was just vibing. So let's talk about really Bonfire on the Beach. That's the first one I want to talk
Okay,
about.
let's
Tell me a
go.
little bit about the mindset when you guys were putting this song together. What were you guys kind of aiming for with it?
You know what? We actually, it's funny, we're closing in on it being a year old. We wrote it on my birthday. My birthday's
Oh,
November
yeah, we
5th.
did.
And we had like a week of writing when we were all out of ideas. And I think we sat there on the couch for, I think, 3 hours that day. And finally I was like, okay, guys, it's my birthday. Let's just write something stupid.
Super fun. Yeah.
Bonfire on a beach. How can we write that? And they're like, someone started playing that really like cool, like Spanish sounding guitar, and it kind of just became what it was.
That's funny you mentioned, John. I was going to ask about that kind of guitar influence. It did kind of give that energy. You guys are mixing a lot of genres, especially with a lot of your recent releases, which I find always very fun. When I was listening to this, there was a crackling of the fire in the beginning, and then it sounded like the opening of a FaceTime call.
Yes.
And which I think is
Good
really cool.
job!
Like, yeah, no, I was really listening. And we talked about this, who you produced it with Callum. He also helped write it. Talk to me about the process of working with him and what you guys wanted in this song to give it kind of this extra, like take you into the moment kind of thing.
Totally. I mean, Callum, we've known Callum for so long. Callum was actually the lead guitar player in our band when we were first starting out. So that's how our relationship started. And then he slowly like backed out of like touring musician and has become like our producer, which has been amazing. And that one was just like, we had to play the part of what that song was asking for. Like that trumpet was actually our friend.
I wanted to say, you ended up with the trumpet. It was kind of a surprise, which I thought was very fun
Okay, but the trumpet's not a trumpet.
Really?
The trumpet
It's our
was
friend Scott's
our
voice
friend Scott Hellman going
pretending
like,
to go.
Are you kidding?
it's his mouth.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
that
I
crazy?
literally thought it was a trumpet. I was like, what an interesting like play. I think that's even cooler.
And
That's
the
awesome.
fight for that song was like, should we put a real trumpet or should it stay his voice? And I'm like, it has to stay his voice.
I can't believe that's like a very hidden talent of his, because it sounded really close.
Yeah, we'll send you the clip of him doing it.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah,
the
we
whole-
will.
The whole take.
Well, and then I took some notes when I listened to the songs. I just like to give you guys like my positive feedback of all the things I loved in it. Never Drinking Again. I got a little bit of the pop influency vibe in there, but I really like the call and response during the second verse. I think that's just very fun for the two of you. Also, the earworm in the chorus was so good. The sheets to the wind part.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought it was so smart and just a little bit of a play on like kind of the phrasing of it all. Walk me through kind of where you guys were at when you were putting this song together. How did you come up with it? I love the stories behind the lyrics.
Yeah, I mean.
It's ironic. I mean,
Well, we wrote it. We wrote it, and that day we'd had a couple drinks. We actually didn't start writing that song till like 6 p.m., which usually you start writing at like 11 a.m.
Sure.
And you're home by dinner time.
Yeah.
We started writing after dinner time, which is dangerous because then you're like, we can have a couple drinks,
Yeah.
right? So we had a couple drinks, and that song just like poured out of us. It was like really fun. I had that title in my phone for so long, and I would present it in Songwriting, and everyone would be like, nah, we don't get it. But this group that we had written it with got it. And the call and response was like perfect for us. Like we don't get to do that a lot, but when we do, I feel like it translates really well. Like I think people get it and they're like, okay, they can both sing, we can both have a party. And then we released it and I got pregnant.
Yeah. So really Never Drinking Again at the time.
I
For at least for the next few months. Yeah.
really got into that song, you know? It really hit home.
Really connected.
Yes.
Well, and I like the speaking portion too. You guys have so many fun elements that I think just take a song to a different place, because you can do something that's very like, oh, it's a party song, whatever. But I think putting all these extra elements into all of your music really sets you guys apart in a way and makes it a little bit different and fun. With You Had to Be There, I said all the recent songs are very perfect for concerts and dancing. Like the whole time at my desk, I was like doing like a little bopping. And also was produced by Callum, and you also wrote it with a couple other folks. The harmonies in the chorus, I said the backing vocals eat the ooze, is what I said. And then the layering is very cool. I mean, you guys are making beasts of songs. Like, there's so much effort that's going into all of them. I'd love to hear about where you were at with this song.
with You Had to Be There.
Yeah.
I feel like like you're saying, we were in like LA. It was before the summer. We were like, we just want to have like songs that people, like you were saying, just like want to drive to and like just like have on a playlist. Like you put this on before you go to the bar or right in the morning, and you won't be annoyed by it either way. That's always the hardest thing with songs to do. But I think that title. I mean, Kenny Chesney and Megan Maroney put out the exact same title, so we were like, okay, so this isn't the single. We're gonna go with Never Drinking Again, I think. But No, I love that title, and I think we really encapsulated what that whole, I guess, like phrase is when you're like trying to explain what like a weekend was to somebody, and then at the end of it all, you're like, you know what, you had to be there. I'm sorry, I can't explain it any further. Like, that's the most I could do.
When you guys are in like a writer's room, are you pulling a lot of the time from personal experience? Do you like to pull from just like bouncing off of each other? What's kind of the thought process when you were coming up with songs?
Yeah, a lot of it, some of it's personal, and then I think a lot of it comes back to our live show. The live show is so important to us. What the fans hear and what they want to party to is like, okay, this is what we need to write today. And we get to see that a lot in the fans of like what they want and what they're looking for. And kind of when we put out songs that aren't those, or aren't songs that we're like, the crowd's gonna love, you can kind of feel that right away. Like they have an expectation of what they're expecting from us.
Right.
That's very fan forward. I find that really interesting because a lot of the time it's like, oh, I'm writing from my personal like story and it's something that I want. But I love that you're very like, I want the fans to just have a great time at
Oh, that's all it's about, really.
That's so fun. I think that's so cool. And then I want to get into like a little bit more about y'all. So for folks that don't know you, the name Reklaws is your guys' last name, spelled backwards.
Yes.
And that was created by your mom. But you guys are you're a very family oriented. Obviously, you're a brother and sister duo. I find it interesting with siblings. I've heard that like no one really can harmonize as well with someone like siblings can, because I don't know if it's genetics or how it is. But talk to me about kind of how you guys decided, you know what, the duo is gonna not have your other siblings be part of it, but then you guys want to do it. Yeah. Tell me about kind of how you guys started, because you guys have been singing for a while.
Yeah. We it's a very unique story of like how we got into this industry, but there was a farm that we owned. We no longer own it as our family, but like it was a adventure farm. It was like always during Halloween we kind of get like nostalgic because it was like a Halloween based farm where weekends in October the public would come out. There was pig races, haunted hay rides, corn mazes, pumpkin patch, like kind of the whole shebang. And we would do the halftime show at the pig races when I was like 7 and she was like 9. When I played the banjo.
Oh, wow, so it goes really much farther than I thought.
Really far back. And so this farm went on, I think we did it for 12 years, and during those years there was a few like TV shows and movies filmed on the property as well. And one time there was like overlapping, there was like a pig race happening and they were trying to film a movie in our house. And the microphones were picking up the pigs and like the kids and everything. So like, okay, cut, let's just go see what's going on. So the whole set and crew came down and saw our family and our element doing the pig race, and they were like, there has to be a television show of some sort here. Like there's like a reality show, you guys are just too weird. And so they shot a pilot and they sent us to Nashville when I think that we were like teenagers, really young.
Yeah, we shot a whole reality TV show pilot.
And we were gonna be like the musical aspect of the show, and then everybody else in the family had like a part that they were gonna play, and the show never happened, thank God. But
I was gonna ask, are you glad that it didn't happen?
Yes, it would have been awful. But the contacts we had from that in Nashville, we just kept, and for years and years just kept coming, and then we won a couple contests in Canada, and it sort of just became that. But had that TV show not been on our farm, I don't think we'd be here.
I mean, the Canadian route to country music is strong.
Yes.
So, and I feel like people don't always make that connection, but I mean, you got, Shania is like an obvious one that comes to mind. But talk to me about the relationship with Canadians and country music, because I've done it with places here, you hear about it in the UK. What's that kind of relationship like with just being in Canada and that kind of country music?
I think some people are like, they don't understand how big it is in Canada. I mean, it kind of runs the entire thing. It's like the only real festivals. I mean, there's a lot of other festivals, but like the big ones, and there's a lot of them, are country music festivals. And country music fans are wild in Canada.
And they also love when they actually, like any US acts or anybody actually comes to see them in like the rural areas that are in Canada. Like Morgan Wallen, for like the first 2 years of his career, said that his biggest reaction, his favorite moment of his career, like the live shows, was it in Canada, in Ontario, at this festival. They were like just going insane. Yeah, so it's cool.
It's big.
Yeah, that is big. That is big. And I want to talk to you about reflecting on your past gigs. And I'm talking about like the hay wagon shows at Mudfest. I'm talking about the shows at Stampede Ranch. Like I want you guys to really take me back to those moments.
You really did a deep dive.
Yeah, I want to.
I need to have a drink of water before this.
Talk to me about kind of those early moments of like doing more paid gigs and like doing this for real.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, we were booking ourselves. We would have like a fake manager.
Like emailing back to me, like,
and
on behalf of Reklaws,
being like, thanks so much.
They'd love to have like a pizza maybe.
Yeah.
They'll take anything.
Just feed them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we said yes to everything. I remember looking at each other and being like, if we want to do this, we got to say yes to everything. We got to be at every show. Doesn't matter what it looks like, who's there. We just got to show up and play it. And we started in our college town. We both went to university in Guelph.
I'm glad that's how you pronounce it. When I was looking, I was like, how do you say this?
That's a weird name.
And we both went to university, and we would do the open mics like every Tuesday night. And then there was a couple bars where we got to know the owners, and we're like, can we play here? And then the Ranch was a country bar in our college town. And we booked that, and it was like 4-hour gigs, which is crazy.
That's a rough vocal like endurance.
It was 4-hour gigs for 4 nights in a row.
Oh my God.
So like your voice is just
roasted.
shredded.
for like $1,000 a night, maybe, and then you're just paying your band, and then that's it.
You kind of lose $100 a night, but it's.
But it felt so cool to us because it was like, this is like the show. This is the gig you want in this college town because it's a country bar.
Yeah.
And we just never stopped from there. I mean, we just always said yes to shows.
I mean, thinking from there to like this past summer, for instance, where you guys were doing a bunch of stuff, is that crazy to think like the grind has been worth it? I mean, because that is, I don't think people realize like how much you artists are like just grinding in those early years.
Yeah. I mean, it's been so worth it. It's just saying yes, I guess.
Yeah.
As always, and it always kind of like came back to, we almost quit a couple times, and it feels like sometimes you're just, oh, here's this new artist. It's like feel like we're not new.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just the grind, like you said. And we just never quit. It always something came up before we actually quit. I remember one time we were playing a college show, and we looked at each other. We were both exhausted, and I was like, "Okay, we'll be done after this. We don't need to do this anymore. We're tired of booking ourselves. No one cares that much." And then we played the show, and this guy was in the audience, and he came up after the show, and he's like, "I want to manage you guys." And I was like, "We're done, actually."
Actually, this is our last show.
This is our last show
We're
ever.
looking forward to not having to be the fake agents anymore. He was like, why don't we just try one more? And
Yeah.
we kept going.
And we did it, and it was just always that. It was something always kept us going.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love
The
when there's
higher
little
power.
signs like that.
Whatever you
Yeah.
want to call
Totally.
it. Yeah. Something was watching out.
That's very cool. And now you guys live here in Nashville.
Yep.
What was that transition like? I mean, moving from, because I'm from the Midwest, so Iowa, so getting close to the cold, like Minnesota and all that stuff. But what was that like, just making the switch from Canadian culture to Southern culture, just moving away from your family, new country?
I think it's different. I can't say it's the same as moving to any city in the U.S. because everybody in Nashville, usually, like even you, nobody's actually from Nashville. Everybody is here.
Very
True.
transplant.
Yeah.
They're here because they believe in something that they can do, and they're excited, and everybody's just yes people. So it's an amazing city to move to, like in comparison to our, I don't know, 100,000 person small town that has 2 country bars in the whole area.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
wild.
spent a lot of time like back and forth between Toronto and here. But we've been coming here for so long.
Yeah.
Like since that reality TV show. So like probably 10 years have been back and forth. We would come down and live for 6 months, and then we would go back and be like, it just kept pulling us here. It just kind of made sense, and the amount of talent in this town is unbeatable. And especially for country music and what we do, it was inevitable that it would keep calling us back here. And yeah, so it's always been a special place for us.
And I want to kind of take a sidestep into like a little bit more of a difficult topic. I know on your guys' website you have the Flo Walker Stardust Fund, obviously a very important cause to you guys. If you wouldn't mind kind of just talking a little bit about the fund, a little bit about your mom.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I mean, getting people to donate to that would be very cool. But
Yeah,
just, I'd
for
love to hear a
sure.
little bit more about her and what she was like and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. Our mom was the reason we're the Reklaws. She was
Yes.
like, we had a show in our cottage town or cabin town because I know they call them cabins in the U.S. But the guy was like, "I have a chalkboard outside. What do you guys want me to write?" We were like, "The Walkers." She was like, "No."
It's like, that's boring.
Like, you guys are, there's just going to be a generic band. She's like, "You're the Reklaws. It's cool. It's backwards. It's a story. People that have like the left side of their brain hemisphere will figure it right away." And I'm like, okay.
The others take them 10 years.
Yeah. But that was she was like the true reason, and I like when there was nobody else in the audience, it was just her. And she would, if there was 5 people in the bar, she'd make all 5 of them stand front row and dance because she
Get up
wanted
there.
us to feel
Yeah.
like we were being loved. So
Yeah, for sure.
she was the life of the party.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we lost her 3.5 years. Yeah, 3.5 years ago to mental health. She'd always struggled with depression, and it was really crazy time for us. I mean, couldn't believe it. It kind of like stopped everything in its tracks, and it kind of went like, oh my gosh, like how much more of this like it was just a struggle.
Yeah.
Like life kept coming at you, you know, and that one felt crazy. And then we had a summer full of shows, and we almost canceled all of them because it was coming out of COVID, and it was all like backlogged shows. So it was literally the most shows we've ever been booked on.
I'm sure.
And it was crazy. But we never quit. We decided we would talk about it, which was a big decision for us because we didn't want it to kill that party fun vibe that we have. You know, like we were actually really scared to talk about it. But it also felt like such an important part of our story. We couldn't go out and be like, here's another drinking song.
Yeah.
And people would know, and it would get around and be like, how are they not talking about this?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it felt really important, and she was amazing. And I know that she would love to help people that might be struggling with the same thing. And so we started the Flow Walker Stardust Fund to raise money. We partnered with Kids Help Phone, which has been really important to kind of tap into the kids that might be struggling. I mean, they help so many kids. It's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah. And we think like our mom's trauma and depression and whatever you want to call it kind of stemmed from something that happened when she was a kid and just never got the help or even discussed it with anyone for years and years, and that obviously can be quite damaging.
Or was ever taken seriously.
Yeah.
So this seemed like the right group to partner with on this. And I mean, we did a charity show last year, and we raised $350,000 in one night.
Can you imagine how many people that's going to help? That's
it's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And we
really
heard
crazy.
back already, like it's already reached over 20,000 kids, which is
Wow.
insane. So
That's amazing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're so happy that they were willing and able to join us on that. It was such a cool venture. And I know we're going to do more this year. Like it crept up on us, the 1 year anniversary. Like, wow.
They're like, you're going to
What
do
are we
another
gonna
show?
do?
We were like, maybe a
Yeah.
biannual.
Yeah, it might be biannual. But yeah, we'll definitely keep that going for years and years.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And
course.
exciting news for you. I mean, expanding your family.
I'm like, how am I sitting on this couch right now?
How are you feeling? I know you're going to be getting closer to that.
Yeah.
And I know that parent love always changes things and like where you write from and all that stuff.
Totally.
And also getting, niece or nephew, unsure.
Yeah.
But
Nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are you guys feeling about it? I'm sure it's very exciting.
Yes, it's very exciting. I mean, it was a big decision because, when this is your job, it feels like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do it?
Yeah. I always wonder, anytime I see someone, I'm just like, how are you going to do this?
Well, I mean, it's any job, really.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, how are you doing this? I'm like, how do people do it with a 9 to 5?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's like everyone has to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it felt like the right timing for me. And yeah, so we just did it. We dove in, did it, and now we have a baby coming. But it's exciting. I mean, we never slowed down this summer or anything. We have not slowed down.
Oh, Jenna crushed it. It was a crazy summer for us.
It was hard not to have like a margarita.
Yeah.
That's the fact that you had such a busy summer also while growing life is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
I
real.
was
Women
like,
are warriors.
I couldn't let myself go there. I
Yeah.
was like, we just got to do it. Just show up, play that show. Yeah. So it's really special
And
we're-
everybody, all our fans, I feel like you were for a minute oh, I don't know if they're gonna be as excited. I was like, I think they're gonna be triple excited that you're in this situation. It's
Yeah.
a moment in time they can say they saw you.
And we announced it. I was on stage, and I had made a shirt that said, "I'm never drinking again." ... And then I turned around and it said, "Because I'm pregnant." I'll send you the video so you can put it in.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the crowd went insane. It was such a nice reaction, and I didn't know if that would be cool to do, but they went insane,
was
and it was so
perfect.
cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And speaking of your previous music that we were talking about that's been released, what are you guys working on now? I feel like maybe an album's coming up soon, an EP.
Yeah,
What can we
might
expect
be
from you
right.
guys?
Yeah, we have this song that we actually recently wrote, and the Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays, are in the World Series right now.
Yeah.
So the first verse is about that hit that got them the ACLS winning, of the MLB, and so we're kind of teasing that right now. That's the next thing we're looking at doing, and then there's a million songs. I don't know. We have to choose now. It's
Yeah.
Which
it's
I
so
feel like
much.
is the hardest. I don't understand how you guys do it, because anytime I talk to an artist, they're like, "Yeah, I had 100 songs and I picked 10."
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you even begin? How does that process look for you guys? How do you do you try to figure out a vibe of the album and then go off of it, or?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
actually have the title of the album that we've kind of saved, and then we're kind of pulling songs that fit this mold
Oh, sure.
of what the title is.
And with the fans too, we usually drop within week or two, like 3 different choruses, and then just see which ones on TikTok get like the most
Yeah,
likes
TikTok runs
and
our
comments
world.
and response, and
That's
just that's just
something
like
that I've heard
because
a
people
lot.
will actually answer your question because sometimes you truly don't know. You have
No,
such great
yeah.
songs, you're like, I actually don't know what to do next.
And then a little bit more background on you. Did you used to act?
A little bit.
Yeah, were you in movies?
Yeah, so like because of the show on our farm, we both got like our ACTRA certification because our mom was like, okay, if you guys want to film a
That was,
movie on
like,
our
part
farm,
of the
we all need
agreement.
talking points, we all need to be in the movie. And so we did that. And so
She ran
that just kind of,
She was like, "This is your name. You're gonna be."
And then she hired an
She
agent.
wanted to be a star.
She hired a booking agent for that, and then I was just like, I like on just random Hallmark shows. Like I arrested guys. I was in the FBI, and I was like in an army. Like I was just all over the
Well,
place.
hey, people are gonna be able to spot you. They'll
Yeah.
go back in the archives and
It's
find you.
it's a hard mug to miss. It's quite a head.
It sticks out.
That's funny. And then we're here at Garage Sale Vintage in
Yes.
East Nashville. You guys picked this spot. Why here? What do you love about this place?
I mean, when it first opened, I was like, what is this? Well, first of all, any vintage. I'm
Yeah.
like, let's go.
We also own a house basically next door, so this is like our favorite go-to spot for getting like a new shirt for the
And
weekend.
it's such a cool, I was always saying, I was like, this is the perfect first date spot.
So true.
Because you bring somebody and they serve drinks, amazing margaritas.
Yeah, they do.
And then you can go shopping and be like, let's go find whoever finds the coolest thing. You know, you get to know somebody, you have a couple drinks.
Yeah.
You literally can sip a margarita and vintage shop.
Yeah, it's the first vintage store I think I've ever been in that's done that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen anybody else do that yet.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah.
cool.
My mind was blown. So we wanted to show you it.
No, it's awesome, and I've gotten to be here before, and it's just very cool vibe that you get to go walk around and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I want to read something to you that's on your website because I think it's insane, and if you guys probably see it all the time because it's on your website, but I want you to really sit with it. It's hold 8 Juno nominations, 9 CCMA awards, 4 number ones at Canadian radio, 2 double platinum, 8 platinum, 13 gold singles, and a gold certified debut album. In addition, the pair has 315 million plus global streams, 6 of the top 20 streamed singles by Canadian country artists since 2019, and the most domestically streamed debut album in Canadian country history.
Whoa.
You guys, that's insane.
That's pretty
crazy.
cool.
Like, I know that you guys, like, I know it's not about the awards. I know it's not about the numbers. But, like, sitting with it from, like, back to those 2 kids that were going to maybe be on a reality show
yeah.
to now, like, all of this
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Do you guys
really
ever, like,
nice.
kind of sit with it and just sit, like, in Nashville being like, what is going on?
We've always struggled with sitting with it and trying to like soak it in because we had the fear of like what's next. But I do feel like over the last little bit, like literally being pregnant has made me go like, oh my gosh, this has been so cool and so epic, and I'm so excited to like share it with somebody else, and also like doing it with your brother is so cool.
Yeah.
We get to like experience it together, and I'm always say like because we work so closely, it's like I think we'll look back at this and be like, that was pretty epic that we
Yeah.
got to do that together.
And there's like a lot of days I think for both of us where like we watch other people that are especially thriving in this town and just the States or whatever that are Canadian or aren't Canadian, whatever. But I think we forget to acknowledge what you just said. Like I think it's everybody, there's a lot of people in this town that I think I would like to be, and they see my career and they're like, that'd be awesome
Totally.
to have what he's got going on.
Yeah.
So it's all about perspective
Yeah.
and just seeing the glass half full.
Yeah, comparison's this tricky thing. I struggle with that
It
too. It's very,
is.
very much the thief of joy. So,
Yeah.
but like, you guys are doing so great, and just hearing music is so fun. Like, honestly, it's summer in a bottle for me.
Oh, that's
and especially with a rainy day, I was like, it feels like it's the
Yeah.
middle of July when I was listening to it.
Get some margaritas
yeah.
in here.
Well, thank you guys so much for the time. This was so
Thank
fun.
you,
I
Corey.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you so
Such a
much. This was
pleasure.
awesome. We really appreciate it.